Hey guys, thanks for watching How to Do Everything. Today we're going to be doing another Photoshop tutorial. We're going to be talking about the marquee tools, the elliptical marquee tool and the round marquee tool. You can see them here. I'm sorry, elliptical marquee tool and the rectangular marquee tool. These are some of the selection tools that Photoshop has, and they're really handy if you want to make shapes or select certain items on your page. We'll start right off with the rectangle marquee tool. This is a great way to make just basic selections of things. Let's say I wanted to select this car. I can click on the screen and drag the area, and there we go. I have a selection, so I can hit copy now, paste, and now I have just that car that I can drag around. Undo that. And now some cool things about the rectangle or any of these marquee tools that you can do. When you click on the marquee tool, you see up top they have a few options here. You have the selection, you can add to the selection, you can subtract from the selection, and you can intersect with the selection. So we'll start off with the basic, which we just did, which is new selection. And let's say I want to select that. So now we can hit the add to selection, and basically what it's going to do is give us another box, and then wherever we intersect, it's going to create one selection. You see how it did that? And merged the two into one selection. So basically I can select whatever I want out of rectangular shapes. And now we have the subtract from selection. Let's say I don't want that car in here, this left car. So I can click this area and take that, and boom, it cuts that car out of it. So now I have just the original, or just the cars to the right of that. So you can take from and subtract. And then we have this intersect tool, which is pretty cool. Wherever the two intersect, it's going to select. So basically I should get a shape that is this rectangle minus that little notch. See, there we go. So it's whatever was originally selected where it intersected with what I have. So let's say that's my new shape. Boom, there's my new shape. And now I'll cut it in half. So that's how the intersection tool works. We'll deselect that, and now we go to the elliptical marquee, and this is basically the same thing, just with circles and ovals. So I can select that, and if I have add to, I can create another one and another one. Subtract from, same thing. It's going to take out. And this is pretty cool if you want to make custom shapes, or if you want to select certain things of this shape. So let's go ahead and deselect all, and let's say I wanted to just take this wheel here. So when you start a marquee, you have to start in the top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, but you have to think about how big it's going to be. So you see as it drags down, it's going to get smaller. So I can select that wheel. Now, it's hard to make perfect circles with this because obviously you have to try to scale it yourself, but there's a little trick. If you start your elliptical and you see how it's oblong, and then I hit the shift key and hold it, it changes to a proportionate perfect circle. And then you can drag up or down to scale the size of it. So if you want a perfect circle, once you start the elliptical marquee tool, you can hold the shift button down and it'll make it a perfect circle, and then you just let go of the mouse. So that's how to do that. These are pretty cool for, let's start a new image here. That works. And let's color the background black, or whatever color that is, gold. Now let's start a new layer, and let's create a perfect circle here. There we go. Now we can, nope, there's nothing in it. We've got to color it. So let's color the circle, I don't know, let's color it red. Boom. So now I have a red circle. Now let's make it add to. Let's do some oblong shapes there. And let's do something funky there. Now we fill it in. Boom, there's a new shape. So you see how you can fill in and select certain areas. Oh, and let's say now I don't want part of that circle. So I'm going to go to the subtract 2, click this right here, and you see it subtracts. So now I can let's see here, I can either erase what's inside of the selection like that, because now I've deselected that, or let's undo that. I can do a Control Shift I, which is basically select inverse, and I can delete what's outside of it. And what inverse does is it basically, you have two options. You can select what's inside, let me get this tool, what's inside of this selection, or when you do inverse, it changes it so now everything outside of it is selected and nothing inside of it is selected. So that's a quick way to delete something when you unselect it. So there you go, guys. That is the elliptical and rectangular marquee tool. The single row and the single column are very similar. Let me deselect this. So we do single row tool, and it's basically just, it makes a selection. It makes a line selection. And you can choose a tool preset, and there's some other options with that, but basically that's what it is. Single column, same thing. Make a selection there. Boop. And now there's no brush because it's just a single line. So there you go, guys. That is the elliptical and rectangle marquee tool. Very handy tools. I use them all the time in Photoshop to make selections and to crop images, and also if I want to delete things in a straight line, the rectangular tool is really nice because you can just basically see where I colored it in on that single line. It looked like it was nothing, but it's basically 1 pixel. Let's see here. So I already deselected it. So let's say I want to erase everything below and make a perfect line. You can do that and then hit the eraser tool and then deselect. And you see it gives me a nice clean edge. So pretty handy tools. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Check out my other videos for more Photoshop and other tutorials. And be sure and subscribe to my channel to keep up with the latest how-to videos. Thanks for watching and take care.